Olivia. It's Julie Wendell. I need to ask you a question.
Julie, if it's about the fashion show, I am really very busy right now.
No, it's not. It's about something else. I understand that you know the girl who's been working as a signature model for Veronica Leathers for the past couple of years?
That's right.
Well, ready to cope, my dear?
Could you hold on just 1 second? I have Julie Wendell on the phone asking about Cheryl Simpson. What should I tell her?
Tell her the truth. Maybe she's finally wising up to Tonio Reyes. If not, maybe this will push her over the edge.
Okay. Julie, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. You were asking me something about Cheryl Simpson?
Yeah. It's probably just a wild rumor, but I heard that she'd signed on for another year with them.
Well, it's not a rumor. She has. She told me so herself yesterday. Julie, look, I don't know what kind of lying Tonio Reyes is feeding you.
Please don't tell anybody about this, Olivia. Especially Lucinda. Please?
Well, she hung up. Sounded crushed.
I hope not too crushed to leave town. Now, as soon as everybody gets here, we have to do some serious talking. We have to talk turkey, because I'm very concerned about the impact of the events of last night on Simply Barbara, because Ellie has a very prominent position with the
Wait
company.
a second. What events of last night?
You haven't read the paper? Prepare yourself for a shock. Brock Lombard was murdered.
What?
Yes, last night, Ellie found the body. Police have been questioning her all night. They will release no information, but naturally, that didn't stop the City Times.
All right, Mr. Lombard, we'll see you then. Goodbye. He's flying directly to Oakdale from Rome. He should arrive sometime this afternoon. Thank you. He was also very specific to remind me that Emily and Ellie have been fighting over Brock, so probably one of them is responsible.
Well, of course he did. It's all part of an obvious setup to implicate Ellie.
I'm going to call my men over at the hospital and let them know that Officer Schwartz is on his way over with the artist sketch of that phony orderly to try to get to Finley last night.
Oh, Ken, what's the story on these tapes from Emily Stewart's father?
They're being transcribed. I had to make a copy for you. I thought you might want to hear the conversation Bug recorded. Looks like the hostility between Miss Snyder and Miss Stewart started long before last night.
Ellie Snyder, for one. She still has this hold over Brock. Late last night, he talked to her on the phone, and the next thing I knew, he rushed out to meet her at the office.
You think her interest in Brock is more than friendly?
Yes, I do. Now that she's lost Craig, she may be trying to rekindle the old flame. She says they're just friends, but I can't trust her. I know under that sweet smile there's a steely determination. Look at the way she moved in on Craig. Her innocent act could be a ploy, and Brock is too trusting to see it.
Emily, you may not want to hear this, but if you think Brock can be that easily manipulated by another woman, then maybe you should reconsider marrying him.
Never, so don't even say that, Mom.
All right, then you better keep Brock away from Ellie.
That's exactly what I intend to do.
Now, why do you think Philip Lombard is writing you a letter?
Dear Emily, Connie's upstairs packing for a trip to Italy tomorrow, so I'm writing this letter for the both of us. I suppose it's no secret I had reservations when Brock first started seeing you, and that I disapproved of his divorce, but after the lovely dinner we all had together the other evening, I want you to know that I now realize I was very unfair to have judged you that way. You obviously make Brock very happy. And that's what every father wishes for his son. Connie and I are both delighted you'll soon be part of our family. We're also delighted you've decided to make Chicago your home after the wedding. And we'd like to give you a new house as your wedding present. Amidst all these good wishes, I hesitate to write the following, but I feel there's something you must know and that I must warn you about. Oh, my God.
What? What's wrong, Emily?
As the world turns,
Mother, listen to this. The other evening, I asked you if it made you uncomfortable that Brock and Ellie Snyder were such close friends. I know you were put off by my question, but I only asked out of genuine concern for both you and my son. Brock and Marjorie were very happy together, until Ellie came along and drove a wedge between them. She pursued Brock relentlessly, almost obsessively. The last time I was in Oakdale, I tried to explain to her that Brock has found real happiness with you, and that it's time she let go of the fantasy that he would be coming back to her. But it seems she's even more obsessed with him now than ever before. I'm afraid she may do something irrational, like to try and keep Brock from marrying you. You see, Mom, I'm right. Ellie shot Brock. She's obsessed with him. If I show the police this, they'll believe me.
Darling, you have to show the letter to the police, but how can you believe that man? Philip Lombard is a criminal.
Hang on. Yes?
There's Mr. Tony O'Reilly's here to see Miss Stewart.
Susan, I know this is a bad time for Emily, but I think she'll want to hear what I have to say.
Good.
Emily, I'm sorry about Brock. I thought you'd want to know that the police pulled me in for questioning at 2 o'clock this morning.
Why?
Well, I arrived at his suite yesterday just as you were leaving, so that makes me one of the last people that saw Brock alive. And as I was leaving, Ellie Snyder arrived. The police were very interested to know why she was there, what emotional state she was in. I'm not sure exactly what they're after, but at least they're being discreet, which is more than I can say for Lucinda.
Lucinda, Tony, what are you talking about?
Well, you haven't seen the City Times, then. Lucinda, it amazes me that you can print this rag and still face yourself in a mirror.
Oh, good morning, darling. I print the facts as they are brought to me.
Yeah, well, they didn't bring you too many of them this time around, did they?
Okay, enlighten me. You were probably out at the Snyder farm until the wee hours of the morning, attending to Ellie's needs. Come on, give me real facts, and I will be happy to print them. You haven't got anything?
No, I don't. Even if I did, I still wouldn't tell you.
Oh. Mean-spirited, disloyal. Come on, don't play games with me, darling. Think way. You know, Ellie and Brock, there's a lot more going on there than you knew about. That's nice. Come on, you gotta know something. What did you find out?
Listen, all you need to know about any of this is that Ellie has been put through the ringer for the past 24 hours. When she comes in here, please don't give her the 3rd degree.
Or else what? What?
Morning, everyone.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. I think Ellie's going to be late for the meeting, so I say we start without her.
All right.
Now, I have a great new idea to promote Simply Barbara. It's clear to everybody that it's a pain when Olivia and Ellie have to leave the office and do these promotional tours for each new line. So here's what we do. We hire a professional crew, and they videotape our upcoming fashion show at Lakeview Towers. We then edit the tape and put together something very classy to send out to all our stores all over the country. Not only do we reach our buyers more efficiently, but each store can have their own special showings, and we can even buy TV time in our biggest markets. What do you say?
That's very interesting, Kirk.
I don't know. It sounds expensive.
I like it. Let's do it. Draw up a budget. Let's get going on this, all right? Blake, you, I assume, know the news about Brock Lombard.
Yeah, I had coffee with Jess this morning. She filled me in. She's representing Ellie, you know.
No. You don't tell me. You see. Now, come on, darling. I want to know anything at all that Jessica let drop this morning. Anything.
Well, she really didn't tell me that much. I mean, anything she did is already public knowledge.
Oh. Well, even so, I mean, in a moment of abandon, she might say something. Now, if you could impart the information to me, bigger and better things might be yours at Walsh Enterprises.
Might?
Yeah.
You know, with my trial contract up next week, I think you're going to have to do a little better than might.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
Sorry.
Good morning, Ellie. It's just awful about Brock. You found the body.
Yeah, Lucinda, I did. I'd rather not talk about it.
Do you know who did it?
Lucinda, I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I think we can all, we're adult enough to honor your wishes in this matter.
Thank you. Thank you. And you could do me one more favor. I've already told Margot. Please don't mention this to Craig, okay?
Has Brock decided what he's going to do? No, but we're getting ready so we can move quickly if we have to. Listen, I can give Brock a message for you, Ellie. We don't have any more secrets. As a matter of fact, just this morning he told me the only reason he felt any obligation to you was because he once used you as an alibi.
Well, I'm afraid this is one matter I still have to discuss with Brock myself, and it's very important that he call me in my office right away.
I think we've heard enough. Can't get that transcript by yesterday, will you?
Morning.
Hey, Jess, how you doing?
I'm on my way to the office. Ellie is at work today, so if you need to talk to her, you can reach her there. And if you do, you will let me know so I can be there, right?
Yeah, we probably will have to talk to her at some point this morning.
Now, we also have to do a follow-up on the gun she claims to have received by special messenger.
Well, obviously, that was part of the setup, so her fingerprints would be all over it.
Well, we still have to touch all the bases, Jess.
Yeah.
Munson.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm sure that Emily would appreciate hearing from you.
Well, I'm on my way to the office, so if you talk to Ellie, give me a call.
Will do.
Thanks.
Right, okay. Joe, I have a private line in my office if you want to make that call to Washington. Right.
Tom?
Hi, this is a surprise.
Well, yeah. No bigger surprise than I got this morning when my editor of the Argus called me up and... Honey, why didn't you tell me about Lucas being shot? You know how close we had become. You know that... I just can't imagine anybody wanting to shoot him. He was a kind, good man. I can't fathom the... Oh, come on. Why are you looking at me like that?
Mom, I can't go into detail.
You know, Lisa, Lucas Pryor was not quite the gentleman you thought he was. Margaret, what are you talking about?
Lisa, have you ever seen this man?
No. Why? Why is everybody being so hush-hush? Look, first the City Times comes out with an article that suggests that perhaps Lucas being shot in Emily's apartment had some connection with Brock's murder. And then my editor tells me that last night you questioned Ellie. Now, please tell me, Tom, what in the world is going on?
Mom, I'm sorry, but we just can't release any information.
Really, Lisa, it would jeopardize the investigation.
Not to mention people's lives.
Whose lives? Ellie's? Emily's? Okay. You know I run a responsible newspaper. So, look, if you don't want to give me any more details, I won't push it for now. And I will see to it. I'll give you my word that the Argus will downplay the story. But if you expect Lucinda to do the same, you can just stop thinking that, because I can assure you that she will dig up every piece of dirt that she possibly can. And heaven help Ellie and Emily.
I still don't understand why Veronica Leathers hasn't sent me a contract to sign. And why are the checks I've been getting as holding fees still being drawn on your account?
Yes, Cynthia. All right, fine, send him in. And then get me Veronica Leathers on the phone. I need to speak with either Veronica or Bert Brinker. Thank you. Hello, Fred. Good morning. You are next on my list of people to call. So, what have you learned from your contact at the FCC?
It would appear that your main competition is going to be Duncan McKechnie.
McKechnie?
Yes. He filed an application for a license about the same time we did. My reading on the matter at this point is that probably both of your applications are going to be accepted. Now, Tony, I hate to say this, but if it comes down to a bidding war between you and McKechnie, Given your history with Lucinda Dixon, it's a pretty good bet she's going to sell a station to him.
Yes, but Lucinda's not even going to know that I'm involved. We set up that dummy corporation so that my name won't be connected with this in any way.
Still, there is a slim chance that if her people dig deep enough, it can be traced back to you.
All right, then what we're going to have to do is make sure that McKechnie's application doesn't get approved. Call your friend back at the FCC. Tell him that McKechnie's source of income is highly suspect. That he was married to a woman who was a contact of James Stembeck and was a murderer herself. And even throw in that he almost committed bigamy last year. That sort of thing. Yes, Cynthia. Well, when do they expect Bert or Veronica back in? All right, thank you. Okay, what do you have on Pickwick Ventures?
Zero. I have pursued every avenue I can think of, and I keep running into one brick wall after another.
That's what I was afraid of. I wonder what the police are holding back on this one, and why.
This is unbelievable. Brock and Lucas Pryor murdered.
You would have known about it last night if you'd bothered to return the message I left with Kim Hughes. I told her it was urgent.
Oh, I didn't get Franny home until after midnight.
Urgent means urgent, Sean.
Emily must be a wreck. Maybe I should call her.
No, wait. First, we've got to figure out how this mess affects M&A. I mean, one of our clients was just murdered in the home of a former partner in the firm. I mean, do we have to issue some sort of a statement, or do we just wait and see what develops? Hi. Hi, Franny.
Guess you've heard, huh?
Yeah. Listen, did any of your family talk with Emily?
Yeah, actually, Dad saw her last night. He says she's in pretty bad shape.
I don't know. I should call her. I don't know. Maybe I should wait. What?
Yeah, maybe you should, John. Listen, I was on my way to spend some time with Andy, but I thought maybe we could grab a quick cup of coffee.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Actually, Sean, you've got to call all the models for the show and give Barbara's final instructions.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The sooner the better.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to take a rain check on that.
Yeah, sure.
I've got to do something in my office.
All right. Hey, maybe have some lunch instead, hmm?
Okay, let me call Andy and see when I'm going to be meeting him.
Sure.
Thanks.
Oh, after you talk with Andy, let me talk with Julie about Barbara Ryan Originals, okay?
Yeah, sure. Hi, it's me. Yeah, listen, I'm at Sean and Lily's office. Sean actually needs to speak to Julie after we finish. Something about Barbara's fashion show.
Julie's in the shower. She'll have to call him back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. What are you doing this morning? I thought maybe we could just get together and hang out.
Look, Franny, today's no good, okay? I have to go over to campus and turn in a photography assignment.
Oh, you mean the portfolio you did of Julie? Andy.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's great to have her back. We had a really romantic dinner, and then we had a great homecoming. Look, I gotta go hit the shower as soon as Julie gets out, all right? I'll give her Sean's message.
Okay, fine. But listen, I want to get together with you really soon, okay? I will. Bye-bye, kiddo. Andy said that Julie was in the shower, and so she'll maybe... Hi.
Julie, this is a coincidence. Franny was just talking with Andy on the phone.
Yeah, he said that you two had a great homecoming.
Yeah, it was great. Listen, since I was in the neighborhood, I thought I would drop by and see if you had any final instructions for Barbara's fashion show.
I had them right here, and thank you very much for taking time out of your very busy schedules for us little folk.
Well, I won't be starting my job with Veronica Weathers now till
Oh, yeah, I meant to
February.
ask you about that. What's going on?
What do you mean?
Well, I've been skimming the trades every day, and I've been looking for the press release that says Veronica Leathers has a new signature model. Usually when a big house signs a new girl, they make a big announcement.
Well, Tonio says that Veronica Tucci wants to handle this a little bit differently. She'll make a big splash later on.
Oh.
Well, I better get going.
Hey, let me walk you out to the elevator, okay? Listen, I'm just curious. Has Olivia had her run-through for the Simply Barber show?
Montgomery and Associates. Oh, hi, Tom. Yeah, I just read about it. It's, disturbing. Well, I don't know what I can do to help you. I mean, you're more than free to look at everything we have on Lucas Pryor. About an hour? All right. Okay, I'll, see you then. Bye-bye. That was your brother, the DA. He is summoning me down to the police station to look at our files on Lucas Pryor. I don't suppose I can convince you to come down and lend me a little moral support, hmm?
And Paul called from work and said he'd be happy to take the rest of the day off and come over. But I said you weren't up to having company.
Oh, boy. Everything changes so quickly, you know. It was a week ago Paul was avoiding me. I was planning my life with Brock. And now... God, I miss him.
I know you do.
Mom, what's wrong with me? Why is it that everybody that I care about gets ripped away from me?
Oh, sweetie.
I know in my heart that Ellie has something to do with this. It makes sense, Mom. She was obsessed with Brock. That's why she shot him. Now, if I show this letter to the police, maybe then they'll see the truth.
I didn't come in here after Mrs. Walsh left last night. I just locked the door, and I haven't been in here to straighten up this morning, so nothing's been touched.
Well, good. Because then the box and the wrappings that the gun came in will be here. And did you see Ellie open the package?
No, I just handed it to her and left.
Where is it? Where is it? It was here. I left it here. I took the gun out, and I put it in here. I put it in my purse, and I put the wrappings in here. So where is it?
Ellie, what are these?
I have no idea.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
I don't know, Hal. I've never seen them before. My concern is where's
What's going on here? Hi, Hal. I heard you were in the building.
Nothing that concerns you or the City Times.
Well, we better get these down to the station, see what's on.
My client and I would like to be there when you listen to them.
Yeah, that's fine if Tom and Mac don't object.
Now, Officer Casper will drive you guys down. Hal and I will follow.
Great. I'm sure you'd have no objections if I go with you. I mean, this property, whatever it is, was found on Walsh Enterprises.
Oh, get real, Lucinda.
What are you talking about? What's going on here? Why doesn't someone tell me?
Well, okay, we do have a couple of questions. Did you, see a gun here at any point yesterday?
Yes. Ellie had a gun. She had it with her at, I think, 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. She took it with her when she went out to meet Brock Lombard at his hotel.
Did you see a cardboard box or any wrappings in this office?
No. She threw something into the wastepaper basket, but I have to tell you, I was startled to see the gun.
Did you ask Ellie about the gun, why she had it, anything?
I didn't get a chance to because she was rushing out so very, very fast. When she came back, of course, I spoke to her about it, and she was going to reply to my... She seemed very agitated when there was a phone call, another phone call from Brock Lombard. Actually, I think I heard her say, it'll be over tonight, one way or the other. Something like that. I mean, it was very odd, I thought. But then I thought the whole relationship between Ellie and Brock was odd.
What do you mean?
Well, she was calling him on the phone all the time. He was over here all the time.
Did you know that Ellie and Brock met here the night before he was murdered?
Here? No. But I'm not surprised.
Well, thank you, Lucinda. I don't think we need you for anything more.
You're sure that I can't be of any help?
No.
All right, then. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Lisa was right. She's like a terrier with a bone.
She is.
One of our security guards just brought that sign-in sheet you requested from the front desk.
Great.
From the night before last.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Phyllis. Mm-hmm. Yep, there it is. Ellie and Brock signed in at 11:20 on the night before the murder.
And look at this.
Emily signed in at 11:45. I feel so bad for Emily.
Yeah, she must feel like the whole world's against her. I know what that feels like.
I'd like to give her a call and see how she's doing, but she's probably not up to hearing from anybody right now anyway.
Oh, well, honey, let me tell you, from experience, I mean, when Earl was killed, it meant so much to me to have a kind word from somebody, and it doesn't matter how well you know them.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, sure I am. Out with you. You're not your bubbly self. Did things go well for you in New York?
Yeah, it went great.
Well, then how are things with you and Andy? Everything okay?
Not really. He's so dependent on me. It just drives me crazy. I mean, he acts like his whole world revolves around me. It's just not healthy, you know? I still care for him. I always will. I mean, he treated me with more respect than anybody ever did in my whole life, but I just don't think that that's a good reason to stay together, do you? If I tell you something, do you promise me that you won't repeat it?
Of course, I promise.
I moved out.
Oh.
Things just haven't been good for a long time, and as much as he's trying to deny it, I think he sensed it, too. And he started drinking again.
Oh, no. Does Kim know? And how about John?
Yeah, they know.
Oh, dear.
He got help from his AA sponsor, so as far as I know, he's still on the wagon.
Oh, honey, this is such a terrible time for both of you. I know it is. And what are you going to do? Where are you going to stay? You know, you're welcome to stay with me.
Oh, thank you. I found a beautiful apartment, though, right near the Mona Lisa.
It is. Are you sure you can afford it?
Yeah. Now that I'm getting these holding fee checks from Veronica Leathers, it's no problem.
Good.
Can I ask you a business-type question?
Oh, yes. Ask me.
Well, see, I'm supposed to be starting my job with Veronica Leathers in mid-February, and they haven't even sent me a contract yet. Do you think I should have gotten one by now? Tonio thinks I'm being ridiculous.
Oh, no, wait. You're not ridiculous at all. Of course you should have your contract by now. And as far as whatever Tonio says, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. You know what I'd do if I were you? I would call New York right now and ask them just what's going on.
You know, I think I will.
What I really need is some hair of the dog. Julie! Damn, Julie Wendell! Damn!
I did everything I could to fight my feelings for Brock. It wasn't a chance meeting in Chicago. It was all arranged, and if Emily hadn't showed up there, I would have stayed the night. And it wasn't just that one night. There were other nights I couldn't stay away from here.
Baby, I thought you said this wouldn't take long. Come on, Craig. What'll it take for you to get the picture and leave like a gentleman?
Miss Snyder, could you, explain that conversation?
Yeah, I can. I lied to Craig. I lied to him. It's the only way I could get him to go back to his wife, Sierra.
It's true, Joe. I was aware of the whole situation.
Well, how did you get Brock to agree to this whole thing? I mean, did Emily know that
Yes.
the two of you had set this whole thing up?
Yeah, they both knew. Emily lied to Craig. At the time, it was the only way I knew how to free Craig.
Well, I don't think we need to take any more of your time. You can go now, unless you'd like to stay and listen to the rest of the tapes with us.
No, that's all right. Thank you.
I'd like a copy of that transcript as soon as possible.
Bet.
Same.
So you can vouch for her story, Margot? That she and Lombard were just lying for your brother's benefit?
Oh, I don't know if it was for his benefit exactly, but yes, the whole thing was a fabrication.
Do you have any proof of that?
I don't need any. I trust Ellie.
Look, I gotta make some calls from Mac's office. I'll be back shortly.
Hi. Oh, if you don't mind me bringing Franny along, I thought you might be a little less merciless in your interrogations than I do in front of your sister.
Yeah, well, don't worry. We don't have our brass knuckles on tonight. We just need to know what you can tell us about Lucas
Listen, there's
Pryor.
not much paperwork in this guy. All I got is a copy of our contracts and stuff.
So, you playing hooky from the castle today?
No, I'm going to be going by there later. I was really hoping I could stop by Andy's and talk to him a little bit. Something really weird is going on with him.
A little while ago, I was at Sean's office, and I called him. Andy said that Julie was in the shower. The minute I hung up the phone, who walks into Montgomery & Associates? Julie.
What reason would he have to lie to you about something like that?
I think he and Julie are having problems, and he doesn't want to admit it to anybody. What?
Hal said when he went to Tonio's apartment at 2 o'clock this morning, Julie was there.
Huh. I intend to find out what's really going on.
Almost set.
That was fast.
Yeah, painless.
Hi.
Emily, listen, I'm so sorry. I know there's nothing I can say, but if you need anything, you give me a call anytime.
Yeah, same here, Emily. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye, Tony.
Bye.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by. We were just about to call you. We have some more questions.
Hey, Mac, what stuff did you get? Well, Lucas Pryor does check out. He owns a big security company in Grand Rapids. It's clean as a whistle, and so is he.
This whole thing gets stranger and stranger.
Emily, do you know where Brock's wife and kids are right now?
No, I don't. He never told me that.
Do you recognize this man?
No. Why? Who is he?
Well, we think he's one of Philip's men.
Do you know if Philip knows what happened?
Yeah, I spoke to him earlier this morning in Rome. He's on his way here.
Well, Philip is actually the reason why I'm here. I received a letter from him this morning. I think that you should read it. Just skip to the last paragraph.
Brock and Marjorie were very happy together until Ellie came along and drove a wedge between them. She pursued Brock relentlessly, almost obsessively. The last time I was in Oakdale, I tried to explain to her that Brock has found real happiness with you and that it's time she let go of this fantasy that he's going to come back to her. But it seems she's even more obsessed with him now than ever before. I'm afraid she may do something irrational to try to keep Brock from marrying you.
Do you see, what I'm telling you is right, that Ellie is obsessed with Brock, and that's why she shot him.
Emily, he probably only wrote that letter to create more problems between you and Brock.
No, there were enough problems because of Ellie. Look, I should have known that there was something wrong when I went to the Walsh Towers that night and I found them together.
Was that the night before the murder?
Yes. I went to Ellie's office and she was clinging to Brock.
I cannot get a blessed person at that hospital to tell me anything about the mystery man in ICU, and I sit on the board. I can't even get the man's name, for heaven's sake. Oh, what's the matter with you?
I just spoke to 2 of the department stores that we deal with in the Southwest. They are going to delay placing their reorders until they see Barbara's new line. Now, if it's really good, that could spell big trouble for us.
Don't worry about it. We know that this line is the best that we've ever done, and with Kirk's new video idea, oh, Barbara can't reach half the markets that we're going to. Yes? Oh, Jane, good. Put her on. Hi, darling.
Mother, do you have any more details about the shootings last night?
No, darling, I wish I would. The Oakdale police is just absolutely impossible. My City Times reporters, my darling Ambrose, can't get a thing out of them.
God, well, it's awful. Not to mention the fact that we just lost an important client.
Of course you did, darling. I quite forgot. But you know what I think? I think that you and Sean have enough on your slate, at least, until you get another executive.
Well, Mother, I think you're right. Listen, somebody just came in. Call me back if you hear anything, all right? Blake, what brings you here?
I have an idea to propose to you. Something that I think will greatly increase the profits of Barbara Ryan Originals and hence Montgomery & Associates.
And hence your own personal profits. All right, shoot.
Well, you told me that Barbara's not happy doing personal promotional tours, right? So, why not replace her with a videotape? We bring in a professional videotape crew, and they shoot her upcoming show. Then we edit together a really jazzy tape of her and her clothes, send it out to all the stores. Now, I've done some preliminary rundown on the costs, and I think it would be very effective and a very cost-efficient marketing tool.
Oh, Blake, I love this. I love this.
Well, I thought you might. I should warn you that a similar idea is being kicked around at Walsh for Simply Barbara.
Oh, well, so what? I mean, our show is first, and we'll beat him to the punch.
That was my thought exactly. You know, I think we're going to get on famously.
You need to go back to Emily. You need to get some sleep. You got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, well, guess who? I don't think she's going to get any sleep tonight, but thanks for talking anyhow.
Brock.
What?
You're going to know the right decision. You got to trust your instincts.
Yeah. Well, no matter what happens, I guess this is goodbye, huh? For a while, anyway. I'm going to miss having you around when I need a straight answer.
Oh, you've got Emily.
Yeah. But I'll never forget how you stood by me through this. Hell, I'll never forget anything about you.
Ellie?
Hey, Kirk.
Hey, yourself. How'd it go at the police station?
Wonderful. Great. They have all this evidence that's piling up against me. Did you know that Hal Munson found some audio tapes in my trash can that imply that I have been sleeping with Brock this entire time? You know, why did I tell him he could have a new life? He's dead now. I was telling him he could have... How much you want to bet? You want to bet that's police? Ellie Snyder.
Hi, Ellie. It's Margot.
What new incriminating evidence have you found now?
Nothing. Relax. Listen, on one of Philip Lombard's trips here, did you and he ever have a conversation about Brock?
Conversation? We exchanged forced pleasantries on occasion, but not a conversation. Why?
Well, Emily received a letter from Philip Lombard before he went to Europe, and in it he states that you were obsessed with Brock, and that on one of his trips here, he had tried to talk to you about the situation.
Margot, you don't actually believe that.
Well, no, I don't, but...
Emily does, right?
Yeah, Emily does. Look, she's still in shock. She's not thinking clearly.
Thanks a lot, Margot. Bye. Well, Emily's convinced that I've killed Brock, so one way or another, I'm going to have to go over there and convince her that I didn't.
Look, Fred, there must be some sort of paper trail leading back to Pickwick Ventures. Look, I'll have to call you back. Goodbye.
Hello, Julie.
This is a pleasant surprise.
Tonio, look, I don't want to push you or anything, and it's not that I don't trust you, but I was talking to Lisa and Sean about my situation with Veronica Leathers.
Now, Julie, why did you do that?
Because they know a lot more about the fashion business than I do, and they both think that it's really strange that I haven't gotten a contract yet. I just want you to level with me, okay? If something's gone sour with the job...
Nothing has gone sour with the job. Everything is fine. You're receiving your holding check every week, aren't you? If they weren't serious, they wouldn't be sending you that fee. Now, why don't you trust me?
Something just doesn't sit right with me. I tried calling Veronica Tucci myself when I was over at Lisa's office. And the secretary told me that her and Bert were out for a while. They should be back by now. Would you mind calling them?
And say what?
And say that I want a contract in my hands by Monday. If you don't do it, Tonio, I will.
Coming.
Hi. Can I come in for a minute?
Yeah, literally just a minute. I told you over the phone that I needed to do some stuff for class.
Andy, we need to talk.
You were gonna really talk? Or you want to just interrogate me like mom and dad?
Why are you being so defensive?
I'm not. It's just that everything's going great in my life right now, but for some reason nobody else seems to believe it.
Andy, look. Dad said that the reason why you took the phone off the hook last night is because you and Julie
wanted to celebrate her homecoming without being disturbed.
Yeah? Why? Yeah, so what?
What time did Julie get back from New York?
Around 7. What? What?
Why are you lying to me, Andy?
I just called the hospital. Still no change in Finley's condition.
Have there been any unauthorized personnel near the ICU unit again?
No sign of that guy in the sketch either.
Tom, what if Ellie Snyder really were obsessed with Brock Lombard?
Oh, Joe, come on. You know that was a family hit as well as I do. They were trying to silence Brock before he turned state's evidence. I mean, you can't be suggesting that Ellie was in any way
I'm not
involved.
suggesting anything, but I don't think we can ignore the facts. I mean, all the physical evidence seems to point to Ellie Snyder as the murderer. So isn't it just possible that she let her personal feelings get the best of her and she finished off Brock before the hitman could do it?
Emily, my back is acting up a little bit. I think I'm going to take a rest. You don't mind being alone for a little while?
No, I'm all right.
Okay, I won't be long.
Well, wait a minute. I've never hid from you for a second that I've been very close to Ellie. But I share things with her that I don't want to involve you with because I'm not in love with her. I'm in love with you. I want a future with you. And I don't want the filth from my family ever to touch you. Don't you see the things I've been doing for you, for us?
Yes, coming. Yes.
Miss Ellie Snyder's here to see you.
I don't want to see her.
Emily?
We need to talk.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of the CBS stations. Fashions by Betsy Johnson. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns. This is CBS.